The world was told that Dubai was a testament to human will, a forest of glass and steel that conquered the desert forever. But as we stand in March 2026, the desert is starting to bite back. Behind the shimmering LED displays and the gold-leafed lobbies, a silent structural rot is spreading through the city's most iconic skylines. It is a phenomenon known to engineers as the karma of concrete. In a city built at a speed the world has never seen before, corners were cut, materials were pushed to their limits, and the harsh salt-laden air of the Persian Gulf was underestimated. Now, as thousands of apartments sit empty due to the ongoing exodus, the lack of climate control is accelerating a process of decay that could turn the city of the future into the world's most expensive ruin. We are talking about microcracks in foundations, the oxidation of structural steel, and the terrifying reality that some of these $20 billion towers are literally disintegrating from the inside out. In this video, we are going deep into the structural reports that developers don't want you to see, the secret maintenance failures in the marina, and why the most famous skyline on Earth might be on the verge of a catastrophic collapse. Before we uncover the cracks in the facade, I have a very important favor to ask. It takes exactly 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button, and it costs you absolutely nothing. But for this channel, it is the only way we can survive. By subscribing, you help the algorithm recognize that people want the truth, helping us bypass the filters that try to protect the image of these mega developers. One, it allows us to stay independent and keep this channel monetized so we can continue bringing you these investigations. Thank you for being part of the journey. Dubai is a city of superlatives, but there is one record it doesn't want to hold: the highest rate of structural aging in the modern world. To understand why these towers are crumbling, you have to understand the environment. Dubai is not just a desert, it is a coastal desert. The air is a cocktail of extreme humidity, intense UV radiation, and highly corrosive salt from the sea. When a building is occupied and the air conditioning is running 24/7, the structure is protected, but a skyscraper is like a living organism. It needs to breathe. When investors flee and apartments are left empty, the AC units are turned off to save costs. Within weeks, the internal humidity spikes, and the microcrack cycle begins. The heat causes the concrete to expand during the day, and the sudden drop in temperature at night causes it to contract. Over time, this creates tiny fissures that are invisible to the naked eye. But these fissures are the entry points for the salt-laden air. Once that salt reaches the steel reinforcement bars, the rebar, inside the concrete, a chemical reaction begins. The steel starts to rust, and when steel rusts, it expands, pushing against the concrete from the inside out. This is what engineers call concrete cancer. In many of the towers built during the frantic boom of the last decade, the quality of the concrete and the depth of the steel placement were sacrificed for speed. Now the bill for that speed is finally due. Recent whistleblower reports from maintenance crews in the Business Bay area suggest that the level of structural degradation in some 50-story towers is terminal. They are finding elevator shafts where the alignment has shifted due to foundation settling and basement levels where saltwater seepage is permanently weakening the primary pillars. This isn't just a maintenance issue. It's a design flaw rooted in the arrogance of building unlimited height on a bed of shifting sand and salt. The facade of perfection is held together by layers of expensive cladding, but behind those panels, the bones of the city are turning to dust. The financial incentive to hide this is massive. If the public realized that their multi-million-dollar investments were structurally unsound, the Dubai real estate market would vanish in a heartbeat. This is why you see workers constantly polishing the outsides of buildings. It's not about aesthetics, it's about covering the cracks. But you cannot polish away a structural failure. As more residents leave and more buildings become ghost towers, the rate of decay is doubling. An empty building in Dubai deteriorates 10 times faster than one in London or New York. The city is essentially a giant machine that requires constant, expensive life support to stay standing. We've also obtained data regarding the facade falling phenomenon. Across the marina, panels of high-tech glass and aluminum have been known to simply detach and fall hundreds of feet to the street below. The official reason is usually wind, but the truth is the failure of the adhesive and mechanical joints due to extreme thermal stress. The materials used were rated for high temperatures, but not for the relentless year-on-year 50 degrees Celsius cycle of the Arabian sun. The city is literally baking itself to death. Furthermore, the soil itself is a hidden enemy. Much of Dubai is built on reclaimed land or areas with a very high water table. The sulfate attack is a chemical process where the minerals in the groundwater eat away at the concrete of the foundations. While modern buildings use sulfate-resistant cement, the sheer volume of water being pumped out of the ground to keep basements dry is changing the pressure on the foundations. This leads to differential settling, where one side of a skyscraper sinks faster than the other. Even a tilt of a few centimeters at the base can lead to massive structural stress at the top of an 800-meter building. When the soullessness of the city that commenters often mention is now becoming a physical reality. When you walk through these districts, you can feel the emptiness, but now you can also hear it. The sound of creaking steel and the hum of industrial pumps trying to keep the water at bay are the soundtrack of a city in decline. The dream was to build a permanent monument to human achievement, but the reality is a collection of temporary structures that were never meant to last more than a few decades without a total multi-billion-dollar overhaul. In many of the empty skyscrapers, the plumbing systems are the first to go. Without regular use, the seals dry out, the pipes corrode, and the smell of the sewer system begins to permeate the luxury hallways. This creates a biohazard that makes the buildings uninhabitable, even if someone wanted to move back in. The karma of concrete is that you cannot build a community out of pure speculation. When the people leave, the concrete follows. The developers are now trapped in a cycle where they must spend millions every month just to keep their empty assets from falling apart, while the revenue to pay for that maintenance has completely dried up. As we look at the skyline of Dubai in 2026, we aren't looking at a growing metropolis. We are looking at a high-stakes game of structural chicken. How long can they keep the lights on and the cracks hidden? How long before the first major structural event occurs that cannot be explained away by the state-controlled media? The truth is that the desert is reclaiming the coast, and the $20 billion towers are the first things it intends to take back. The hubris of the Dubai model was the belief that money could solve every problem of physics and chemistry. But salt doesn't care about your bank account, and gravity doesn't care about your marketing campaign. The crumbling towers are a metaphor for the city itself, shimmering on the outside, but structurally hollow on the inside. As the exodus continues, the weight of these empty buildings is becoming too much for the sand to bear. We are witnessing the slow-motion collapse of a dream built on the wrong foundation. This structural crisis is the invisible exodus. While people are leaving on planes, the buildings are leaving through the slow process of chemical degradation. In the next part of this investigation, as we will look at the specific buildings that are currently under secret watch, the insurance companies that are quietly pulling their coverage for Dubai high-rises, and what happens to the global economy when the world's most famous skyline is officially declared a hazard zone. The truth about empty skyscrapers is far more terrifying than just vacant rooms. It is the physical end of the Dubai mirage. The engineers who built these structures are now some of the loudest voices in private forums warning that we are entering a danger zone for the first generation of Dubai's mega towers. The 20-year mark is a critical milestone for any skyscraper, and for many of Dubai's icons, that milestone is now. The combination of design life limits and lack of maintenance is a recipe for a disaster that no one is prepared for. Stay with us as we continue to tear down the facade and look at what's really happening behind the glass. The insurance industry is perhaps the most honest indicator of a risk. In early 2026, several major European reinsurance firms have significantly raised their premiums for structural integrity coverage in the UAE. Some have stopped offering it altogether for buildings over a certain height that do not have a 90% occupancy rate. They know the math. They know that an empty building is a dying building. This insurance flight is the final nail in the coffin for many developers who can no longer afford to keep their towers legal under international standards. What we are seeing is the birth of the luxury slum. These are buildings that look like five-star hotels from a distance, but inside, the elevators don't work. The water is brown and the walls are damp. It is a terrifying descent from the heights of global prestige to the reality of a desert ruin. The karma of concrete is relentless, and it is just getting started. The sheer scale of the maintenance required is something the world has never seen. To keep a city like Dubai standing for another 50 years would require a sustained investment that exceeds the cost of the original construction. Without the oil for concrete trade being at its peak, and with the millionaires fleeing to Saudi Arabia and beyond, the math simply doesn't add up. The towers are not just empty, they are economically and physically unsustainable. The micro-crack epidemic is spreading from the older parts of the city into the newest developments. Even the most modern towers are showing signs of premature aging. This is the legacy of a construction culture that prioritized the look over the life. The facade was the product, and the structure was just the delivery mechanism. Now that the product is failing, the entire business model of the city is under threat. This leads us to the most uncomfortable question of all. What happens when a city of skyscrapers becomes too dangerous to live in, but too expensive to tear down? We are entering the era of the vertical ghost town, a forest of concrete giants that stand as a warning to the rest of the world. The terrifying truth is that Dubai isn't just running out of people, it's running out of time. If you are still with us, it's because you realize that the world is changing faster than the news can report. The Crumbling of Dubai is a story about more than just buildings. It's about the limits of human ambition when it ignores the laws of nature. As we continue this analysis, we will look at the ground-level reality of the concrete jungle and why the soul of the city was the first thing to break before the walls did. Stay tuned for the second half, where we uncover the secret evacuation zones and the true cost of the karma of concrete. The facade is falling, and the truth is finally coming out. The pressure on the foundations is not just physical, it's financial. Every crack in the wall is a crack in the balance sheet. As the structural integrity of the city fails, so does the confidence of the global market. We are watching the most expensive real estate market in history turn into a liability overnight. The billion-dollar towers are becoming billion-dollar problems. The desert is patient. It has watched empires rise and fall in its sands for millennia. It knows that glass is just melted sand and concrete is just crushed rock. Eventually, everything returns to its original state. For Dubai, that eventually is arriving much sooner than anyone expected. The crumbling is not a possibility. It is an ongoing process that is reaching its crescendo in 2026. We have gathered testimonies from engineers who worked on the original designs, who are now coming forward to say that they warned about these issues 20 years ago. Their warnings were buried under the hype and the petrodollars, but the laws of physics cannot be bribed. The salt will continue to eat the steel, the sun will continue to bake the concrete, and the empty towers will continue to crumble. This is the end of the first half of our deep dive into the decay of the desert dream. The data is clear, the evidence is visible, and the outcome is inevitable. Dubai is disintegrating, and the world is finally starting to see behind the shimmering facade. The degradation of the concrete jungle isn't just happening in the basements and the hidden elevator shafts. It is becoming visible to anyone who dares to look closely at the glass horizons of the marina. In early 2026, a disturbing trend has emerged that local media is strictly forbidden from covering: the window pop. Due to the immense thermal expansion of the building's frames and the subtle settling of foundations, the high-tension glass panels are literally exploding or popping out of their frames. This isn't just a maintenance glitch. It's a sign that the building's skeleton is moving in ways it was never designed to. When you have a city built on the promise of the tallest and the best, admitting that your buildings are physically shifting is an admission of total failure. But the micro-crack epidemic is only half the story. The real karma of concrete is found in the life support systems of these empty towers. A skyscraper in a desert environment is essentially a giant refrigerator. If the electricity were to stop, or if the occupancy drops below a certain level, the internal climate becomes a breeding ground for a modern plague. black mold. Reports from cleaning crews who have entered the ghost floors of the Business Bay district describe scenes of horror. Without the air being filtered and dehumidified, yet the luxury wallpaper is peeling off in sheets, and toxic mold is eating through the drywall. This mold doesn't just stay in the empty rooms, it travels through the shared ventilation shafts. Even the residents who stay are breathing in the decay of their neighbors' abandoned units. This leads to the insurance blacklist of 2026. Global reinsurance giants in London and Zurich have quietly updated their risk maps for the Persian Gulf. They are now categorizing certain first-generation Dubai skyscrapers, those built between 2005 and 2012, as high-risk assets. This means that the cost to insure these buildings has tripled in 12 months. For the owners who are already struggling with zero rental income, this is the final blow. We are seeing a strategic default wave where owners simply stop paying their service fees and insurance, walking away from their $5 million investments because the cost to maintain a crumbling asset is higher than the asset's future value. The structural rot is also hitting the reclaimed land projects hardest. The Palm Jumeirah, once the symbol of Dubai's architectural dominance, is facing a subsidence crisis. While the official narrative says the island is stable, independent satellite laser altimetry shows that certain fronds are sinking by millimeters every year. When you combine sinking land with concrete that is already suffering from saltwater sulfate attack, you get a recipe for a catastrophic structural event. The luxury villas that millionaires bought for their forever homes are now showing cracks in their infinity pools and misaligned door frames. The ocean is literally trying to reclaim the land, when the concrete is too tired to fight back. And what about the vertical slums? As the wealthy flee to the newer, safer projects in Saudi Arabia or return to Europe, the aging towers of Dubai are being occupied by stay-behinds, people who cannot afford to leave and are living in buildings with failing elevators, intermittent water, and zero security. This hollowing out of the city's heart is the most terrifying part of the collapse. It turns a billion-dollar tower into a dangerous, vertical warehouse of human desperation. We are seeing the birth of a modern ruin culture where the luxury of yesterday becomes the hazard of tomorrow. The soullessness that everyone felt but couldn't explain is now a physical weight. A city built for profit has no community defense against decay. In a traditional city like Rome or New York, buildings are renovated because people love them. In Dubai, buildings are discarded because they are no longer profitable. The karma of concrete is that when you build with no soul, the buildings die as soon as the money stops flowing. The desert doesn't need to send an army to destroy Dubai, it just needs to wait for the air conditioning to turn off. As we look toward the end of 2026, the crumbling facade is no longer a metaphor. It is a reality that is devaluing trillions of dollars in global assets. The mirage is being replaced by the monolith, silent, gray, and decaying giants that stand as a warning to anyone who thinks they can outsmart the laws of chemistry with a marketing budget. The towers are crumbling, the investors are gone, and the desert is patient. No! If this investigation has opened your eyes to the structural reality of the City of Gold, please hit the like button. It is the only way to help this message break through the everything is perfect filters of the Dubai PR machine. What do you think? Is it possible to save these towers? Or is the concrete karma already too far gone? If you have lived in one of these buildings and seen the cracks yourself, tell us your story in the comments. Your voice is the evidence the world needs to hear. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next report on the collapse of the global elite. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe and keep looking beneath the surface.